Hey everyone, so get this. The United States just annexed Canada? Yep, you heard that right. The land of maple syrup and politeness is now officially part of the US of A. But don't worry, this is all in good fun, so buckle up for a wild ride. First off, let's talk about the name. What do you call a combo of the USA and Canada, the United States of America, Canada? The great northern states of America? Just imagine the new flag. Stars, stripes, and a maple leaf in the corner. Talk about a fashion statement. Now picture this. Mount Rushmore, but instead of just the American presidents, you've got Canadian prime ministers up there too. George Washington standing next to Sir John A. Macdonald. Teddy Roosevelt saying, "Speak softly and carry a big stick, eh?" And think about sports. Hockey night in America. The Stanley Cup playoffs would be insane. Suddenly every American kid is skating to school and Canadians are throwing tailgate parties with hot dogs and apple pie. Also, I have a feeling we'll need a new national anthem. Oh Say Can You See blended with Oh Canada. I mean, that's a chart topper waiting to happen. Can you imagine the Super Bowl halftime show with that mashup? Epic. But what about the stereotypes? Canadians are known for being super polite, right? So now, American road rage transforms into, after you, no, after you. And customer service, oh man, it's off the charts. Sorry, we got your order wrong. Here's a free upgrade and a sincere apology. Oh, and the food, poutine and burgers, maple syrup and pancakes, beer and, well, more beer. Fast food chains would have to come up with new menu items like the maple bacon double cheeseburger. Let's not forget about the weather. Floridians experiencing their first snowfall, and Canadians trying to survive a heat wave. It's like an international Freaky Friday. But what's really crazy is the political landscape. Congress and Parliament would have to merge. Imagine the debates. I yield my time to the honorable, eh? And elections? Oh boy, that's a whole new level of chaos. Now this is all in good fun, but let's be real for a second. The beauty of Canada and the charm of the USA are unique and should be celebrated as such. But hey, it's fun to imagine what would happen if we mixed it all up, right? So there you have it, the USA annexing Canada, the comedy you didn't know you needed. If you enjoyed this little parody, hit that like button, subscribe for more hilarious content, and drop a comment below about what you think the new national animal should be. Maybe a bald eagle riding a moose? Thanks for watching, and remember, keep laughing, because life's too short to be serious all the time. Also check out WDGE Radio for 24/7 jams and more on WDGE Radio Space.
All right, we are having some difficulties here. And ah, where the hell I was at? All right, let's. All right, all right. So okay, we are live. Let me get this. All right, so we got a couple of things that's going to be going on because my laptop is acting crazy. So I got to set some stuff up real quick to do it back though. But we still gonna get the show on. Welcome to the Hidden Valor Show. I go by the name of Captain Colonel Roundtree. Pseudo names, of course. The information is all authentic and real. And the purpose of this show is to enlighten veterans, those serving, as well as those who have finished serving, but as well as those who are still serving, so you'll know the benefits that and resources that are available to you once you get out. I talk to veterans every day, so I invite them to come by the show. And we're just into our third episode, so I already know things will start picking up, you know what I'm saying, in a little minute. So today's show is about acupuncture and battlefield pain relief. And I personally don't have a lot of information on it because I haven't participated in it. Now I will be sharing the information about it. But I mean, as far as having a testimony of somebody who actually went through acupuncture, and I have talked to a vet who has done it, But I mean, their personal feeling of it, you know, it didn't really per se work for them. Um, so I really, you know, would love somebody to chime in or leave a comment about your experience with acupuncture, specifically acupuncture, and then I'll relate that on next week's show, and we'll talk about it. So give me just a quick second. Let me set up my little tripod and everything else in the back, and that way I can get my broadcast on. All right, so let me play one quick song, and y'all give me two. Well, right after this song, and I have everything set up, and we got OG '03 Sergeant Stoutamaire. You know what I'm saying, on his way coming through. I sent all the links out and everything, so we'll have some more guests coming through. Hopefully on the show, but it is what it is. We do what we do, and welcome to the Hidden Valor Show right here live. And this is Q Harper starting us out straight out of Detroit, Michigan. The song is called Hey You.
Hey, baby. You know, you don't smile like you used to smile, baby. Used to be a certain sparkle in your eye. Where did it go, baby? La. Hey, yeah, yeah. La, 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 la. We're not what we used to be. See, we took us for granted, now we're fading, yes. No more love and tenderness. Our communication's all jacked up, such a mess. Oh, baby, baby, I'm not saying it's things to walk away from you, but it's merely an admonishment so we can get back to those things that we used to do. Yeah, we need to go back. Way back when I met you at the mall, looking so fine, and I said these two words, hey you. Hey you, baby. Then you tried to ignore me, baby. We couldn't have that, no, 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 no. Hey you, baby. Then I caught your eye, you begin to smile. Then I said it again, baby. Hey you. That's when the roller coaster of love began, yeah. Up and down, round and round we go. Where we start, baby, only you and me know. We shared a love thing, for better or worse, the death do us part. You've got my heart, baby, and I've got your heart, hey, hey. And baby, if you don't mind, we'll start back at ABC with those two special words, baby. They make you smile, make you begin to stare at me intently. Now we move on down the road to that next level called intimacy. That's when I fell in love with you, baby, and you fell in love with me. Hey, 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 hey.
All right, that was Q Harper right there. You know what I'm saying? Bringing the show in. All right, so let's start out with just some basic information. That's what I love to do. I love to share information. If you like other information, you can also check us out on Monday mornings on the Bitcoin and Mo show. Myself, another pseudo name by Smelly Coins, along with my uh, co-host Crypto Tony, where we talk about stock and crypto information, as well as our new book that's coming out. It's all about stock and crypto information and how to get basic information before investing everything, But okay, so again, today's show is about acupuncture and battlefield pain relief. All right, and sources of you know what I'm saying, where to go and get it, and all that kind of good information. All right. So again, I'm a big proponent of using not just Google, Copilot, as well as uh, Chat GPT, Grok, all those. You know what I'm saying? Big proponent of typing in your questions and allowing the metaverse, which is all of our minds collectively, to figure out the problem. And so that's where this information comes from. So what is acupuncture? Acupuncture offers significant benefits for veterans, addressing both physical and psychological challenges. It's been shown to effectively reduce symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression, promoting relaxation and rebalancing the body's energy flow. Additionally, a 2014 BA study indicated positive effects for various conditions, including chronic pain and insomnia. Important. Oh, all right. Sorry about that, people. This T-Mobile tower is acting up very weird because it normally doesn't do that. But just in case you missed it real quick, I'm just going to run it back and just to let. Hmm. All right. Oh. Sorry about that. There we go, people. I mean, Jesus, I don't know what's going on today. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The internet done flipped out on me, and then I had to flip to this phone, and the other phone was messing up. Laptop been tripping on me. Nothing wanted to connect to the service. Hey, it is what it is, people. They don't want you to get, they don't want us to get this information out to you because they're hidden. The resources are hidden and the benefits are hidden. We want them to remain hidden in plain sight. We ain't got time for that, though. We got to get this information out here. All right. So check it out. Information right there, self-explanatory what acupuncture actually is. So let's scroll down. And let's go. Uh-oh. Well, we got to play a song. Oh. No. All right, now I have to call it back. I'm on my show. All right, I thought that was somebody else calling in. It's my homegirl calling in. I have to call her right back. After we get off the show, you know what I'm saying? I don't take no phone calls unless it's super important. But I know what time it is. I know what she calling for. So we'll chop it up in a minute. All right, so you can go to va.gov again. Before I go to va.gov, I type in exactly what I'm looking for, and then it's going to take you to the link to go to va.gov. But if you go to va.gov, we can go there. Share this tab. va.gov. All right, and here we are. va.gov, then click search, and let's type it. Now, this is just another way that you can do it. You go to va.gov, type in acupuncture. All right, type in acupuncture, and there you go. Now, this is the thing. So it drops down, a whole bunch of different links, treatments, innovative clinic treatments, PTSD with acupuncture and acupressure. So this will start taking you down battlefield, and there you go, battlefield acupuncture. And that's in Fayetteville. So see, these are not specific. So now I'm gonna go back here. All right, click back on this tab, and now we're gonna go over here, and this takes you right to just what it's talking about. All right. Acupuncture is one of the several techniques that make up the system of care provided by those trained in traditional medicine from China and other Asian countries. Acupuncture refers to the whole system approach to healthcare, or define the technique of acupuncture treatment. Most frequently, we think of acupuncture as a penetration of thin needles into the body as acupuncture points to effect a change. Acupuncture is used to restore and maintain health. Come on, man. I got to call you back. Man. Stop it. And why are you calling, man? Damn, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Why the fuck is y'all even calling me, man? If you're not coming on the show, I sent my link out. Y'all tripping, man. Absolutely tripping. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. People calling me for no reason about mundane, silly stuff. All right. So that's the definition. You can go to va.gov. You know what I'm saying? If you want to download the fact sheet to get more information, in-depth information. But just to give you a little background. So acupuncture is one of the complementary and integrative health, or CIH, which is complementary and integrative health, approaches within the VHA, which is the Veterans Health Administration, whole health system or care included in VA Directive 1137, provision of complementary and integrative health, certified December 2022, which allows acupuncture care to be covered by the veteran's medical benefits package when clinically necessary and as determined by the patient's care team. So, 2018 qualification standard was published that permitted licensed acupuncturists to be hired to provide acupuncture at VA medical centers, VAMCs. Let's see. So it's also associated with pain management, may be useful for other conditions, and the body of literature for acupuncture effectiveness is growing. So acupuncture may be effective as a standalone treatment or as an adjunctive treatment to other medical interventions. An evidence map of acupuncture was developed by VA Health Services Research and Development in 2014, and a systematic review identified evidence of potentially positive effect for several pain conditions, including chronic pain and headaches, mental conditions such as depression, anxiety, and PTSD, and wellness indicators such as insomnia. So acupuncture is generally considered safe when practiced by appropriately trained acupuncture providers. It's just, with me, I mean, honestly, people, you know, I don't like to see no needles. I'm talking about none. Even when I got to go and give a blood test, and lady say, it's just going to be boom, and she done hit me and it's over. And I'm sitting there squinching up and it's already done. You know, it's that psychological effect of just dealing with needles, you know. That's it is what it is. Again, you live right here on the Hidden Valor Show. All right, we're not flashy, fancy, and all of that. We don't do all that. Just veterans trying to give you out some good information that you need. All right, some hidden resources, some benefits. There ain't nobody talking about. Everybody talking about claims and CMP exams, and we need all of that information. But once you gone through that, you need to know what to do with your money. You know what I'm saying? Like some benefits, some resources that are available to you. If you got a Coast Guard post, not talking about, you know, like here in Florida, we got in Tampa, we got the Air Force Base that we can go out, and we got the PX and the DX that we can go and shop tax free. But over in Clearwater, my other veteran, you know what I'm saying, let me in that he goes, I thought I wrote it down. It's the Coast Guard PX. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. I believe it's called the Coast. It's a hold on. Hold on. I'll tell you right now what it is. All right, so let's see. What did he call it? I'm trying to think what he called it. It's a post over in Clearwater, where you can go and shop tax free, eat free, well, tax free. Everything we do now is tax free once you get the service connectability. All right, and so that's a hidden resource, because again, that might be right down the street, and you trying to come all the way over here to Tampa, you know, to go and shop at the Air Force Base, and you got that resource right there in Clearwater that you can go and exploit. Buy your liquor, buy your little tobacco, you know what I'm saying? Everything else tax free. And we have to utilize these resources, these tax-free resources, people, because you going into these grocery stores, man, they're hitting across the head, mainly in the taxes, you know what I'm saying? And the high priced foods. So I'm definitely be going to check them out. And but I don't see where it's at. But it's all good. All right, so let's get back into it. It's all about acupuncture today and battlefield pain relief. You're gonna look up some battlefield pain reliefs out there too. You know what I'm saying? Methods for battlefield pain relief. And actually, we're probably just coming up to it. So, occupational guidance. Many providers may be able to perform acupuncture at your local veterans hospital. Comprehensive acupuncture is practiced by licensed acupuncturists, medical acupuncturists, and chiropractic acupuncturists. Depending on the state scope of practice, additional providers such as RNs, PTs, and pharmacists may be eligible to become certified providers for limited acupuncture protocols like battlefield acupuncture, BFA. BFA is in auricular, which is the ear, acupuncture protocol that is used for acute or chronic pain. And I mean, they sticking the damn little needles all on your ears. Ooh. I'm sorry, people. I mean, needles is just not my forte. It's just not my forte. All VA providers who offer acupuncture services, either on station or in the community, must meet training requirements based on the scope of practice so that acupuncture quality remains high. So again, just because they say they licensed, or they might have they certified. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? They probably need a little bit more than just a certification. You know what I'm saying? Because that certification could have been gained online. And if you dealing with needles, you probably going to be wanting to have a hands-on approach versus a virtual certification. But again, you got people that's out here practicing medicine and all that kind of crazy stuff without licenses, and they got AI generated certificates all on their wall, AI generated degrees, and people don't go and do no fact check or back check, and it is what it is. All right. So, treatment guidance. Most frequently, acupuncture is used for pain, although many other conditions may respond well to acupuncture. Evidence-informed clinical decision-making is recommended. Subject matter experts have developed guidance for both internal and external provision of acupuncture care. Again, this research, this information comes from va.gov. I would just advise you to just type it in like a Google search. You can go directly to va.gov, type in acupuncture, and then scroll down the listed links, because this is for, well, not specifically for Florida, but they have information specific for your state on the website, so you can go there and get that specific information for your state. Many veterans who are seeking acupuncture for pain do well with battlefield acupuncture. Since a facility can train their current workforce to provide BFA through internal training, access to this limited acupuncture treatment may be implemented quickly where there's a high need. Internal frequency and duration of acupuncture treatment is determined by the local acupuncture provider based on patient needs. Frequency and duration guidelines are available for internal providers. External, under certain circumstances, acupuncture care will be delivered in the community. When care is delivered outside the VAMC, the acupuncture standardized episodes of care, SEOC, are used to inform treatment frequency and duration. And this is what we're looking for, people: resources, information, and resources. All right. So this is some of your online resources. Right there at the bottom, you see your online resources. You got the National Care for Complementary and Integrative Health. You got the Whole Health Library Acupuncture section, and you can go and, I guess, study the different techniques. You have the VA community care, and you also have the directive 1137 that you can go and click on and see the whole thing for yourself. So we're gonna take a little gander over here to the National Center Complementary and Integrative Health, which breaks down what is acupuncture, how widely is it used, what is it used for. And it's commonly used for pain such as back, joint, or neck pain. And how does it work scientifically? Duh, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not fully understood. They already say that. But evidence shows that acupuncture may have effects on the nervous system, effects on other body tissues, and non-specific placebo effects. And make it feel good. You know what I'm saying? They strike little points. Oh, okay. There's a gas bubble or something. You know what I'm saying? And they got the gas at you. Studies in animals and people, including studies that use imaging methods to see what's happening in the brain, have shown that acupuncture may affect nervous system function. The PEAK program. After I finished the PEAK program, okay, they gave me resources. Man, I think I shared my doggone. I think I gave my list to 03 Sergeant Stoutamaire with all my doggone resources, because I got a whole packet of resources, and I don't know what the doggone resources are. Yeah, I don't know if my resource little packet went, and I will either find it or have him email it to me, or have one of my service provider send me another packet out. That packet, it was just a whole packet of all of the resource links, and that's really what it was. It was just a bunch of good resource links to take you, anywhere, everywhere, show you how to access this stuff. I will find it. But again, this is one website, nccih.nih.gov, where you can go here and just get a whole slew of more information. And research has shown acupuncture may be helpful for several pain conditions, including back or neck pain, knee pain associated with osteoarthritis, and post-operative pain. It may also help relieve joint pain associated with the use of aromatase inhibitors, which are drugs used in people with breast cancer. So an analysis of data from 20 studies, 6,376 participants of people with painful conditions, back pain, osteoarthritis, neck pain, or headache, showed that the beneficial effects of acupuncture continued for a year after the end of treatment for all conditions except neck pain. Which again, because your neck is the most loose thing that moves all around. Everything else is pretty static. You know what I'm saying? Your back, joints, your knees, you know what I'm saying? Everything else is pretty much static. Your knees move, but they don't move like this. They're not moving forward, back, around in a circle and all of that. Your wrist, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because they move all around. But I get that. Also, okay, so they saying it can help with also myofascial pain syndrome, headache and migraines, sciatica, cancer pains, chronic prostatitis, chronic pelvic pain syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, and fibromyalgia. Um, wow. Also may help relieve seasonal allergy symptoms, stress incontinence in women, and nausea and vomiting associated with cancer treatment. May also help relieve symptoms and improve the quality of life in people with asthma, but has not been shown to improve lung function. And I'm pretty sure people, if you go to these Asian countries and talk to some of these Asian people about it, um, they'll tell you, you know what I'm saying, what it's really doing for them. Um, some things that can help with seasonal allergies, allergic rhinitis or hay fever, urinary incontinence, treatment-related nausea and vomiting in cancer patients, quitting smoking, infertility, carpal tunnel syndrome, hot flashes associated with menopause, uh, and depression. So I mentioned the auricular. Mentioned that earlier. The auricular acupuncture is a type of acupuncture that involves stimulating specific areas of the ear. And again, I'm very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So, so this says 2019 they did a review of 15 studies, 930 participants of auricular acupuncture or auricular acupressure, which is a form of auricular therapy that does not involve penetration with needles. The treatment significantly reduced pain intensity, and 80% of the individual studies showed favorable effects on various measures related to pain. Then in 2020, they did another review of 9 studies, 783 participants, of auricular acupuncture for cancer pain, and showed that auricular acupuncture produced better pain relief than sham auricular acupuncture. I'm not sure if that's right, but it says sham. Also, pain relief was better with the combination of auricular acupuncture and drug therapy than with just drug therapy alone. So their thing, and a lot of people, especially when it comes to the government, is how expensive. It's inexpensive. So there you go. Inexpensive, easily learned from easily learned form of auricular acupuncture is called battlefield acupuncture. But 2021, a review of 9 studies, 692 participants of battlefield acupuncture for pain in adults did not find any significant improvement in pain when this technique was compared with no treatment, usual care, delayed treatment, or sham battlefield acupuncture. So again, you need to look into all the various techniques, discuss with your primary the various techniques. There you go, and they can recommend, you know what I'm saying, which one that would fit for your condition. A lot of people always ask, is it safe? I mean, sure enough, when you're talking about needles, you definitely need to be asking, is it safe? So according to this website, acupuncture is has relatively few complications from using acupuncture. However, complications have resulted from use of non-sterile needles and improper delivery of treatments. So when not delivered properly, acupuncture can cause serious adverse effects, including infections, punctured organs, and injury to the central nervous system, which is why all of that is like a side effect I can't get around. You know what I mean? It's just a pre-side effect. I just like the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, regulates acupuncture needles as medical devices and requires that they be sterile and labeled for single use only. Now, I don't know why this is even discussed, because they just said earlier that it was 100% covered. But is acupuncture covered by health insurance? So some health insurance policies cover acupuncture, others don't. Coverage is often limited based on the condition being treated. And a national survey that showed that the share of adult acupuncturist visits with any insurance coverage increased from 41.1% in 2010 to 2011 to 50.2% in 2018 to 2019. So they're becoming more accepted, you know what I'm saying, insurance companies. And then you got Medicare covers acupuncture only for the treatment of chronic low back pain. Only for the treatment of chronic low back pain. Go there talking about my wrist or anything else. They only do chronic lower back pain. And that started in 2020. And up to 12, you get up to 12 acupuncture visits are covered, with an additional 8 visits available if the first 12 result in improvement. Medicaid coverage of acupuncture varies from state to state. So if you're on Medicaid, you need to check to see if it's covered. And of course, the light, yeah, they should. I don't know, but I don't know. It should be. I don't know why they even asked that. Should everybody who putting their hands on you should be licensed people? All right, the masseuse has to be licensed. You know, at least certified, which still is a certificate of licensing to say you're, you know what I'm saying, you have you're accredited, you have credentials, you know what you're doing in this field. So especially when you're dealing with needles, I mean, yeah, I think you definitely would want, you know what I'm saying, somebody to do that. So so again, the NCCIH funds research to evaluate acupuncture's effectiveness. All right, that's a little crap on you know, on their information. But you can also go here and then see all kind of different information. That's the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health. And that is specifically covering acupuncture. All right, so what else do we have here? What else do we have? Do we have some other links? All right, oh, we had some other links down here. Okay, yeah. We had the Whole Health Library Acupuncture section. And we had the VA community care. Okay, let's check out some community care. You know what I'm saying? We exposing hidden resources here, people. That's what it's all about. All right, so this is on va.gov/community care. So go on there and probably type in community care. Pretty sure it'll pull this page up. But let's see what it does. Let's see what comes up. Community care. Let's see if the same page comes back up. And see, this is all I'm saying. They give you a lot of different little links. So the other link was just direct to it, but this is probably it right here. Let's see. Nope. See how this looks completely different? So that's why I like to just do the little quick Google search, and you see it brings you right to what you're looking for. So VA provides care to veterans through community providers when VA cannot provide the care needed. Community care is based on specific eligibility requirements, availability of VA care, and the needs and circumstances of individual veterans. VA also provides health care to veterans' family members and dependents through programs like the Civilian Health and Medical Program of the Department of Veterans Affairs, which is CHAMPVA. This care is also provided based on specific eligibility requirements, which varies by program. So again, if you're looking for a healthcare program, look into Civilian Health and Medical Programs, CHAMPVA. All right. You can just go right there to va.gov, type in community care, scroll down, and then start clicking on the links to take you to for your specific situation. So this is where you can go. You can learn about eligibility, appointments, getting care, cost, and billing, as well as for your dependents. You can go caregivers, providers, payers, and support. All can go here with their own little links that link up for theirs provided information. And always don't forget, man, for any veterans out there, listen, see this to the left, the Veterans Crisis line. If you are a veteran that's in crisis, and I mean, like, I've been there, done that, and almost had to use the line, you know what I'm saying, myself, but prayer works wonders, man. And I would say pray first, you know what I'm saying? Leave it up to the Lord first. Put it in God's hands. If he tell you to call that number, you know what I'm saying? You call that number, man. The Veterans Crisis line, you just need to dial 988 from your phone and then press 1. All right, and it'll put you in contact with somebody who can help you out and talk to you and just try to figure out what's going on and see what type of assistance they can provide to you. That's the Veterans Crisis line. You dial 988 from your phone, any phone, and then press 1. Or if it's that severe, call 911. Get the emergency people involved. Explain that you're a veteran, and then you know what I'm saying, they can direct your care from there. And there you go. So you can go on actually right here, community care. You can find out a whole bunch of other different stuff. When you click on the little links to the left, you have veteran care, community care network. You can file a claim. Your types of care. Let's see what filing a claim. Reimbursement of, okay, this is for your non-VA prescriptions of medical expenses. So, yeah. Okay. So how you can file your claim. I'm not looking into claims and stuff, but that's where you can go to file your claim for your non-VA prescriptions of medical expenses. Resources, people, that's what we're giving out. If you click on the tab, you got types of care: general, community care, urgent care, emergency medical care, foreign medical care, home health and hospice care, Indian Health Service, a tribal health care program, in vitro fertilization program, and state veterans homes. Not sure what that is. State veterans homes. What is state veterans homes? State veterans home facilities that provide nursing home, domiciliary or adult daycare, owned, operated, managed by state governments. And to participate, VA must formally recognize and certify a facility as a state veterans home. And VA does not manage state veterans homes. So, didn't know that. There you go. And what is it? Are you eligible? Eligible for state veteran homes is based on clinical need and setting availability. Each state establishes eligibility and admission criteria for its homes. Some state veterans homes may admit non-veteran spouses and Gold Star parents, while others may admit only veterans. And a recognized state veterans home may receive payments from VA to help defray the cost of care provided to veterans. The cost to you varies by state. and the VA does not pay for care for non-veterans. Veterans, their families, and the caregivers can talk with a VA social worker about eligibility requirements of state veterans homes and the cost for state veterans home care services. There you go, people. Information. The purpose of this program, the Hidden Balance Show, is only to bring veterans on, to bring caregivers on, other interviewees to talk about just resources that are not talked about, that are not discussed. So if you have a resource, you have a benefit that you are benefiting from, you know what I'm saying? A resource that you are utilizing that other veterans can utilize, leave that in the comments. You know, let's fill up the comments with resources and benefits. And then we can sit up here and then I'll look at the comments and then I'll bring it right back up. So we can get this information out here, people. I mean, time is of the essence. And we have to enjoy ourselves now, not tomorrow, not next year, now. Because like me, being deprived of anything, and just imagine for 16 years, I've been fighting, you know what I'm saying, to get recognized for my tinnitus and hearing loss, neck, back, pain issues, which was already documented, you know what I'm saying, just got exasperated by participating in military activities. But again, I mean, imagine me getting just $100 a month, you know what I'm saying, for the past 16 years. What that could have done for a person, you know what I'm saying, for an average vet, even just $100 a month. You know, it might seem, my bad, I wasn't sharing my screen with y'all. It might seem minimal, but again, that can be paying for, you know what I'm saying, electricity bill, a cell phone bill, light bill, or just any kind of bill, you know what I'm saying, to get that little bit of stress out the way. But being denied that for 16 years, I'm just saying, people, and I'm not the only one. I'm not in this boat, this ship, this cruise ship, this battleship, this aircraft carrier that we all are riding on. You know, we all are experiencing the same thing as veterans. We all experience the same thing. It's no difference. Doesn't matter if you served a year, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 25 years. We all experience the same thing because we all made it through basic training, all made it through AIT or secondary schools, and we've all got stationed at a permanent duty station. All those who went through those 3 steps, I mean, you've gone through some psychological change. You've gone through some sleep deprivation change. You've gone through some physical body change. You've gone through some spiritual change, mental change. You've gone through so many changes, you know, within just the time of going through basic training, of them, you know, trying to rebuild you in those couple of little months, short months, and then to give you some education for the other couple of weeks in school before they go and send you off somewhere for years to be stationed at a duty station and possibly go on to war and be stationed somewhere overseas in a hostile environment. So through all of that, we as veterans should receive those benefits and those resources, and it should be put in plain sight, but it's not. And if it was, then the Hidden Balance Show wouldn't exist, and there wouldn't be no purpose for this show. The only purpose for this show, because I get mad every time I go to the VA and I just don't see billboards. I'm talking about big posters on the wall of plastic with information of, hey vet, did you know? Hey vet, did you know? Hey vet, did you know? That type of information, you know, This is what they, when you go out, they give you this information. What was the other little information I had? This is one. Well, this ain't nothing but the bus route. Bus route information. This is my home food safety guide, which you can actually go and pick up from your local food pantry. So I ain't gonna say all VAs, but the James Haley VA does have a food pantry program. It's not a walk-in basis program, so you just can't walk in and say, hey, I'm hungry and I want to get some food. You have to contact your service provider, and then your service provider will contact your social worker. Your social worker will contact the program, and then they will go through the motion of trying to get you into the program. It's only a 6-month program. It's not permanent. 6-month program, you can come in and get minimal stuff, but it's survival stuff. Vegetables, fruits, vegetables, canned goods, spices, no meats or anything like that, but it's all good food that you can survive off of, that you can go and get your own little stuff to go along with it. They do give you canned tuna, canned fish, chicken. So you have that little stuff to complement. This particular guy, pretty helpful guy. I know a lot of y'all do not do what's in this guide. First thing, hand washing. I see so many people sit up there and be touching food, especially when you touching chicken and you dealing with three different meals. So if you got chicken, beef, and chicken, poultry, and fish, you should be doing a whole lot of hand washing. Does not matter if you have gloves on. Handling pork, handling chicken, and handling fish all at the same time leads to the next point in the book: how to avoid cross-contamination. All right, and if you did that, if you wash your hands every single time before you touch something else or anything else, you won't be spreading cross-contamination. You won't be spreading salmonella. You know what I'm saying? Touching raw chicken and then you go and just start touching all on bread and everything else. You just start touching stuff without washing your hands. That's how salmonella can get spread. Information on cutting boards, definitely how to keep the cutting boards clean. You know what I'm saying? A cutting board is supposed to be washed down, not just be cut, left out on the counter, and then you come back cut. You know what I'm saying? How to properly use food thermometers, the temperature danger zone, large batch cooking, cooling foods, storing and reheating leftovers, food storage in the pantry, shelf stable foods, food storage in the refrigerator, food storage in the freezer, how to use a microwave, which, believe you me, people, nowadays, these microwaves, especially mine, it's an air fryer convection oven / microwave. So it's a whole 1,000 buttons on it with minimal instructions. You know what I'm saying? So how to safely defrost or thaw food, packing safe lunches, cookouts, and your holiday turkey. So you can go on in. It's got some good information, detailed photos and stuff like that you can learn from. Just that right there is just a resource. It's not hidden, but it's available, and most people don't even know about a food pantry. And if you know a veteran out there that's in need, have them again. Contact their primary care doctor. The primary care doctor will get in contact with the social worker. Social worker will call the veteran back, and then they will go and follow those steps from there. At least that's how the procedure is supposed to go. So Like to thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Tuning in right now on the Hidden Valor Show. This is acupuncture and battlefield pain relief. And we're about to get up out of here. I'm working on some intros and outros and all that kind of spiffy stuff for the show. I do have some available. Don't have any loaded. Well, let me see. Wait a minute. And let me see if I can do one real quick. Let me stop this presentation. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in and checking that out. Let's see if I have a little promo. I show promo here. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. It's a good intro. I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's simple and yeah, that's how we roll. Right there, baby. That's how we roll. And that was just the premise of what we covering on this show. Is this right here?
It's the whole health model. Instead of starting with disease, symptoms, or diagnoses, whole health begins with your personal goals, values, and purpose in life. It's about building a team-based approach to wellness that includes not just doctors and nurses, but you, your family, coaches, and complementary services like acupuncture, tai chi, nutrition, spiritual support, and more. Instead of starting with disease, symptoms, or diagnoses, whole health begins with your personal goals, values, and purpose in life. It's proactive rather than reactive, built around self-care, integrative therapies, and personalized health planning. For example, a traditional VA plan might sound like, you have chronic back pain. Here's a prescription and a referral to physical therapy. But with whole health, the conversation shifts. You have chronic back pain and want to be able to play with your grandkids again. Let's create a plan that includes movement coaching, acupuncture, group support, and daily tai chi. Plus, a look at diet and stress. This sounds a lot like the PEAK program.
That's real. And I'm going to take that out. And that's how we do it. So I want to give a shout out to my co-host. He's going to be out. We're going to get it in the workings, people. I got to work around everybody's schedule. And but as long as we on this show, we're gonna get this information out. You already know. So I am Captain Colonel Roundtree. Shouts out to Old 3 Sergeant Stoutamaire out there. And he up to spending time with his parents. Shouts out to his parents celebrating their anniversaries and birthdays. I think a lot of stuff going on. And so that's the beautiful thing, you know, to be able to celebrate life. And so shouts out to Miss Shirley, also celebrating 65 years out there. Happy birthday, Miss Shirley Washington out there. And to all my vets, man, listen, you got information you would like to share. If you don't want to even come on camera, just send it. You can send it to Hidden Valor Show at gmail.com. Any information, articles, documents, or anything you want shared on the show. Is Hidden Valor Show at gmail.com. All one word, Hidden Valor Show at gmail.com, and I'll get it. And then I'll share the information. It's what we all about. We got to start networking, people. There's too many veterans out there that have tidbits of information. And if we can take those tidbits of information and then mash them all together, you can have a database, you know what I'm saying, a good workable database that we can all benefit from and reference from, and, you know, and send out to other needed vets. So That being said, we are getting up out of here. Once again, thank you to everybody that's tuning in. Thank you all the best for your service. And see y'all next week. We got another good show coming up. Check out the follow us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe bell. And you will see the next show topics and all that kind of stuff that's coming up. And we're going to get a whole, we got the shows. We'll make sure all the information is correct before we share it. And so that's what it's all about. And with that, we are out. Thank y'all very much. Have a great day. Stay blessed and unstressed. Hidden Valor Show.